Hey class, it's Miss Parker here, back with another video. Now I know in our last video that we worked on the first part of 7.01, and I call that 7.01A. This is 7.01B. So I'm glad that you are watching this video. I hope that you all are doing well, and we are going to get right into this. Now, I know in our previous video, we went over the long E, the EE, and the EA. And I also mixed in there the with the long E, the Y, because sometimes that Y makes that E sound as well. So I did want to make sure that I go ahead and run back over that with you. You should have completed your journal. You should have completed your journal topic for this um, for this particular lesson, and you should have already done the worksheet that goes with this, the long E worksheet. So let's just go ahead and get right into this. Now, with this assignment, you will have on Canvas, you will be able to see that there is a lesson that is attached to this. Okay. So I do want you to make sure that once you finish watching this video, you head over and you go ahead and you complete your assignments. Please make sure that you are completing your iReady and also reading an AR book as well, because we do want to make sure that we are reading on our level. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. All right, so with this, you are going to make sure that you finish our 7.01 slides, and then you will have some classwork, which is recounting stories, the three Ghosty kids. Okay. Today during this lesson, we are going to go through that story and go ahead and break it down so that you can understand a little bit further what this particular story is all about. Now, before we have went through and we've talked about previously the different parts of this story, of a story, I should say that, and how we can use how we use different ways to retell a story. Okay, sometimes we use, and ways that we use to retell the stories could be the sequence of events and things like that. So we're going to read this. I'm going to read the story with you. The story is in the module where you can listen to it and it can read to you so you can hear it again. And then we're going to take some time today and go through filling in details for this story. Okay. So we got a few things that we are going to be working on. I do want to make sure that I go through, okay, I'll make sure I go through the assignment with you all so that you all understand exactly what you need to do. Okay. So with this particular assignment, it is a quiz. Okay. It's a quiz. It's 5 questions, and they are going to ask you to do a little bit of reading. Okay. They're going to ask you some of the events that happen. So you're going to have to use some of these drop downs to help you out. Okay. So do not get questions wrong because you didn't press that drop down. Pay attention to when I'm reading the story, and then you can listen to the story in your Canvas lesson. Okay. All right. So let me just get right into this with you all. Okay. All right. So retell and summarizing. Retelling and summarizing are 2 ways that you can share details about the text, but they are very different reading skills. So one that we want to focus on in this module would be the retell. Okay? Retell a story. I want you to think about when you tell your friend about what happened at recess or on the playground. Though that is retelling events, like you're telling what happened first, what happened second, what happened third, what happened next, and then what happened at the end. That is retelling a story. So retell tells the entire story again. You use as many details as possible and uses some of the author's words. Okay. Sometimes it's a little long and also detailed. When you retell a story, you're giving as many details as you can. Okay. So we're going to go through and we're going to through read through this story. I want you to also think about when we are reading stories, and I want to share something with you. Let me pull it up real quick. I just thought about this one um, as we were talking about this particular story that we're going to be reading. I want to make sure that we know that this. I'm going to share another, I'm going to share my screen again, but I am going to show you something that I pulled up before, but now we're going to be using it even more now. So I want to make sure that I can share that with you all. Okay, sequencing. This is something that we worked on. Sequencing is what happened, the sequence of events, how those events happen. Stories and other texts can be written in a sequence. This means that important events in the story take place in a specific order. Authors organize their writing in sequential order to help their readers better understand the story. Okay, so as you can see, you got first, second, third. When a reader pays close attention to the sequence, it can help them. The sequence helps you write a summary. The sequence helps you retell a story. The sequence helps you understand the story better. Okay? Authors use transition words to help their readers know when a new event or scene is taking place in the story. So, in the beginning, sometimes you may see first, in the beginning, initially, before it all started. In the middle, sometimes you'll see next, later, seconds, then. And at the very end of the story, one that we use a lot is last and finally. And as you become more advanced with your writing, you may use in the end or in conclusion. So those are things that we need to be looking at when we're talking about this story that we're going to be reading, the three Ghosty kids, because I, when you go to take your Canvas quiz, your Canvas classwork quiz for this lesson, it is going to ask you what happened first in the story, what happened second, what happened, or should I say, what happened first, what happened next, what happened then, and what happened last. So you need to make sure that you pay attention to these things because it's going to come back up. So let's go ahead and get right into our story. All right. The three Ghosty kids. The three Ghosty kids were on their way home from school. Their school was in the east end of town in Clean Beach community. It was full of parks and there was a big recycling plant there. Their home was in the west end of town in a place called Smeary Sand Dunes. There were many factories in Smeary Sand Dunes. A river separated Smeary Sand Dunes from Clean Beach community. Each day, they had to cross a bridge over the river to get home. One day, there was a troll on the bridge. He was busy picking up garbage and carrying a big bag of recycling. Billy Goat, the oldest of the three, had finished a snack. He tossed his garbage into the river as they crossed. The troll was very angry. Garbage goblins, you beasts from the east side keep polluting our planet. Billy and his brother Tilly were ready to run. Their sister Millie stopped them. What do you mean? She asked. You kids from smeary sand dunes always leave their trash and garbage everywhere. My name is Greenie, and I spend my days cleaning all this junk up. I take it to the recycling plant in Clean Beach Community. That's why it's so clean there. Greenie grumbled. We're very sorry, said Billy. Clean Beach is so beautiful with all of its parks and nature. We will love smeary sand dunes to be just as pretty. How can we help? Greenie the troll explained. You can stop being garbage goblins and start being recycled citizens. Each day on your way home from school, try and pick up some trash. Every day, our community will be a little cleaner. Millie, Tilly, and Billy did just that. The three goatee kids did a little work to make Smeary Sand Dunes a cleaner place. Okay. Billy and his brother Tilly were ready to run. I've already read that part. Okay, let's get right into it. Now, if you missed any part of this story, I want you to stop what you are doing. I want you to rewind this back and listen to the story again. Okay? We are going to go through this. These are what we call folk tales. Now, the funny thing is about folk tales, which we've went through folk tales previously, was that folk tales, let me go to one right here. I am going to play this one about folk tales so you can kind of have an idea of what a folk tale is. Okay, here we go. All right, let me make sure that I shared my audio too so you can hear it. Here we go.
Today we will learn what is a folktale. A folktale is a fictional story that has been passed down from person to person for many years. Sometimes there are many different versions of a folktale. You may have read these folktales before. Little Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and the Three Little Pigs. Most folktales usually have animals that act like real people, a lesson or moral, and a problem that gets solved in the end. Folktales can come from all over.
All right. So we have looked at folk tales before, like when we were looking at the Three Little Pigs. That's a folk tale by in itself. This one is a folk tale as well because we do have animals that act like people. There was a lesson and a moral at the end of our story. So those are elements of a folk tale. So now today, let me see if I can get myself out of here. So today we are going to go through the major events. So I want you to make sure you got your listening ears on, your mouths are closed, you're focused, and you are ready because we are going through this story and we are going to break some things down. Just give me 1 second here. All right, let me bring the story back up. And we are going to go through this because this is how you're going to know what happened first. So I do want to make sure I use one of our words that we use when we are talking about the beginning of the story. So let me just say this. What happened first? Okay. I want to make sure I get that on here. What happened first? What happened next? What happened then? And then what happened last? All right. So let's go back to our story. We're going to go ahead and fill in what happened first. So what happened first in this story? Let's go back. All right. So let's go back. All right. So what happened first in this story? What was going on? So let's sometimes the best thing for you to do is go back to the beginning of your story and let's see what we have here. Let's start from the beginning. The three Ghosty kids were on their way home from school. Okay. And my friends, I do want you to make note that I do want you to copy this down with me. So if you need to pause this video and get you a sheet of paper out or write in your note in a notebook, please do so. Please make sure you write these things down because this is us going through retelling the story and doing the sequence. You will have to do this later on by yourself in the module. So it would be best for you to just take your time and follow along with me. Okay. Their school was in the east end of town in Clean Beach community. It was full of parks and there was a big recycling plant there. Their home was in the west end of town in a place called Smeary Sand Dunes. There were factories in Smeary Sand Dunes. A river separated Smeary Sand Dunes from the Clean Beach community. Each day they crossed the bridge over the river to get home. One day there was a troll on the bridge. He was picking up garbage and um carrying a big bag of recycling. Billy Goatee, the oldest of the three, had just finished a snack. He tossed his garbage into the river as they crossed. The troll was very angry. Okay, so now what happened first? Okay, they told us who the characters are, which are the three Goatee kids. They told us where the story was taking place, and it's Mary Sand Dunes. Okay, and they're telling us about what happened first. Okay, let's go back. First, the Goatee kids were crossing. Okay, was it a river or a bridge? Okay, they was crossing the bridge. And they were going where? Let's go back. Home. Okay. Okay. So they were on their way. First, they were on their way crossing the bridge. Then what happened? Somebody tell me. I want you to think about it. Take a pause, think about it. I'm gonna go back over here to the story. We're gonna take a pause here and think about what happened. Okay, so what happened? Okay. Billy tossed his snack paper in the river. Okay. So what? Okay. What happened? Billy saw his snack paper in the river. Remember, we are retelling the story. Are we telling every single part of the story? No, we are telling the main events. We're telling those main details of what happened. So he tossed his snack in the river. Then what happened? What happened next? Next, the troll got angry and yelled at them. Okay. The troll got angry and yelled at him. Okay, so now what's going on? All right, we're going to go to the next one. The troll was very angry. Quit being garbage goblins. You beasts from the east side keep polluting our planet. You kids from Sand Dunes always leave your trash and garbage everywhere. My name is Greenie, and I spend my days cleaning all this junk. I take it to the recycling plant and Clean Beach community. That's why it's so clean there. Okay. So now we figured out he troll got angry and yelled at them. Greenie, the troll, told the Ghosty kids um, he cleans up the trash every every day. Okay. He said that he cleans up the trash every day. All right. So we're very sorry, said Billy. Clean Beach is so beautiful with all its parks and nature. We would love Sand Dunes to be just as pretty. How can we help? You can stop being garbage goblins and start being recycled citizens. Okay, so let's go back. So last, the goatee kids said they were sorry and started cleaning up every day. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what the story is about. Now, this next part that's in green says character reaction. So, how did the characters react? How did to Greenie react to the kids throwing the trash on the floor? Okay, so let's go through that. Greenie, Greenie was upset and called them garbage goblins. Okay. Okay. When he said that to the kids, the characters, the goatee kids were scared. And what else happened? Let's go back. Sometimes you have to go back to the story. Okay. They were scared. They apologized, or they said they were sorry and asked how they can help. Okay. So when they want a reaction is okay. For example, if someone bumps your desk and make your papers fall on the floor, person that bumped the stuff on the floor, the other person's reaction, how they respond to their papers being on the floor, may be what you for. That's a reaction. Everything that you do has an effect. So now that we went through the major events in the story, basically retelling our story, and we're writing how how the characters felt about all of this. What was the lesson that was learned at the end of the story? What lesson were they trying to tell us at the end? Okay. So our lesson at the end was every day you pick up trash, it makes your community cleaner. So this was mainly about teaching you that how you can keep your community clean. Now, Greenies taught the Goatee kids that by cleaning up your area, it can be just as beautiful as that park, cleaner beach community where there's beautiful parks, beautiful, just beautiful, like the whole area is beautiful. So that's just like you. You may not want to throw trash down in your community because then it's going to make your community dirty. But if everybody comes together and picks up their trash, then it makes the area so much clean and it makes it more beautiful and you'll want to spend more time in your area. Okay. So if you missed any of this or if you're still copying this, you can pause this video at any time so that you can write some of this stuff down. Okay. The next thing that we're going to go over in this lesson is synonyms. Synonyms, okay? In our Canvas lesson, it's called the shades of meaning, okay? Okay, so I want you all, I'll make this video big. We're going to go in and watch a little video real quick on synonyms so that you can have a clear understanding of what a synonym is. And synonyms are very easy. We use synonyms all the time when we talk and we're describing different things because some words have the same meaning as other words. They're just spelled differently. So take a look and I'll be back.
Today we are going to learn about synonyms. We're going to learn what synonyms are and how you can spot them. So what are synonyms? Well, synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. Words that mean the same thing are synonyms, like the words angry and mad. Angry and mad have the same meaning. They are synonyms. Words that have the same meaning are synonyms, like the words seat and chair. They mean the same thing. A seat is a chair, and a chair is a seat. Those are synonyms. The words many and lots, they mean the same thing. Words that mean the same thing are synonyms, so many and lots are synonyms. They mean the same thing. Look at these two words, smile and grin. Those words are words that mean the same thing. They're synonyms. Hopefully with those examples, you're seeing that synonyms are words with the same meaning. But in our definition earlier, synonyms are also words that have almost the same meaning. The words aren't exactly the same in meaning, but they are very, very similar. So we're going to look at some of those synonyms. Sleep and nap are great examples of synonyms that have almost the same meaning. The meaning isn't exactly the same, but it's basically the same because napping is a type of sleeping, but not all sleep is a nap. But they're basically the same, so they're still synonyms. Look at these, warm and hot. These are synonyms. Now, hot is harder than warm, so they're not the exact same meaning, but they're very similar meanings, so they are still synonyms. Shop and store are also synonyms. Now, a store is usually bigger than a shop, but they mean basically the same thing. It's a place you buy things. So they are still synonyms because they have almost the same meaning. They are still synonyms. Well, there you have it. Synonyms are words that have the same meaning or almost the same meaning. Now we want to find out how much you have learned. We want to play a game that we call Pick the Synonyms. We're going to show several words and you pick out which of the words are the synonyms. Here we go. Fast, best, quick. Which two of these words are the synonyms? Yeah, fast and quick. Try these. Good, great, laugh. Which are the synonyms? Yeah, good and great. Try this. Tug, hop, pull. Which two are the synonyms? Yeah, tug and pull. Here we go. Road, bike, bicycle. Which two are the synonyms? Yeah, bike and bicycle. Great job. Last one. Beautiful, pretty, and glad. Which two are synonyms? Yeah, beautiful and pretty. Great job. Well, next time you see two words that mean the same thing, you can say, you know what? Those are synonyms. Thanks for watching. We had so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with us. You are awesome. In the middle of the screen, you can see there's a button you can click to subscribe to our channel, or you can click one of these two boxes to watch a different video. But don't stop learning now. Go ahead, click.
All right. So now that we've gotten that done, let's go through and start talking about what they call in our Canvas lesson the shades of meaning. A synonym is something that is a word that has the same meaning. So for example, if it is pretty, which word would we use? Okay, let me go out of here so then that way I can type on some of, okay, there we go. You let me out. Okay, awesome. All right, so we've got our words here, and for pretty, what are we going to do? What's the synonym for pretty? I would say that is beautiful. Okay. What about big? What's another word that we can use? Okay, so we've already used beautiful. Let's cross that one out. Okay, beautiful. Big. Okay, we can use large. Oops. We can use large. Another one that we can use for big. Go ahead and cross that one out. What's another one? Huge. All right. If you were thinking like I was thinking, you are right. All right. So let's go to nice. What's another word for nice? Kind. All right. Okay. Any other words? All right. Let's move on. Little. Tiny. All right. Now, true. If something is true, it's also what? Real. Okay. And if it's real, it's what? This word right here is factual. Okay. So if you see the word fact in there, that means that it's what? It's true. Okay. Something that is hard is what? It can be tough. Okay. All right. What's another? Is there any other words? Oh, I see one for tiny, small. Okay. Okay, so if something is hard, it's what? Firm. Something, if you are happy, you are what? Glad. Okay. Okay. All right. So, oh, I see another one. Lovely. If you are pretty, you can be lovely. Okay. And we have smart. If we are smart, then we are what? Brainy. You don't have to write any of these down. You can kind of like replay this video, this part of the video, if you want to understand what a synonym is. The video was very helpful because it went through some of the synonyms and which words match. Okay, so if you are smart, you are what? Wise. Okay, and if you are happy, you are what? All right. So again, do this with you again. When we retell the story, it tells the entire story again. You try to use as many details as possible and use some of the author's words. Sometimes it's very long and detailed. Now, the sequencing. Sequence helps you understand the story better. Sequence helps you retell a story. Some of the words that are used in sequencing is first, in the beginning, next, later, second, then, and some other words that are used in sequencing is finally and last. Okay. All right, my friends, it is actually time for us to stop this video. I do want you to know, please, 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 please do your I ready. Your I ready is very important. It really helps you go through and learn some of the skills that you may not know or you need to really work on. So take your time and do your I ready. Put some time in and get that done. Don't forget to do your assignment that goes with this lesson, which is a quiz. Go ahead and get that done. If you don't understand and complete your slides, the slides will give you some more practice on synonyms and also some practice on the long E with the EE and the EA. Okay. And I will see you all next class. Bye.